Yo, what's good, guys? My name is xhldmyhnd, and today we bring you the best phone settings for Wuthering Waves. And I don't want to waste you guys' time, so I just want to go ahead and say this right now. If you have an Android and it does not have Snapdragon, if you don't know if your phone has Snapdragon or not, just look it up. And this is just for Android, by the way. If you look up your phone and see if it has Snapdragon, if it doesn't, then it's highly unlikely you can play Wuthering Waves. Uh, and I just want to put that in the beginning so I don't waste you guys' time if you're on here for Android. But if you don't have Snapdragon, there's a possibility you can probably play with these settings, but I still highly doubt you'll probably be able to. But for iPhone users, as long as you have an iPhone that doesn't have the little iPhone home button, you should be fine. You should be able to play the game easily. But if you have the iPhone little home button, the actual circle button, then it's very unlikely you can play the game. The game will just crash immediately. Okay, now we're on Wuthering Waves, and I'm gonna show you guys right now my in-game settings. I think I'm on my like farming quality settings. So yeah, I'm on my farming quality settings. So these is just whatever I'm farming, and I don't want my phone to overheat really bad or anything like that. So this is just for when I'm farming, but you can run your settings a little higher after I go more into the video and you see what I talk about. But these settings are pretty good. If you want your game to look pretty good at the same time run smooth. But you can turn like some of this, like you turn this on low and you could turn this on low and then your game would be even more fun. But like yeah, these are settings I use for like making my game look good and while I'm farming and all this other stuff. But when I'm recording, I use like these settings. I was advised to keep shadow on the lowest because shadow just destroys your game. Shadow is like really bad, especially for phone. Even for some PC players, like shadow is just terrible. Dude, just keep it on low. But you can run these and these work pretty well. You can even turn like some of the stuff down, like probably like this, and then you like probably like turn this and this off. I will keep anti-scaling on because anti-scaling helps make your game run a little bit smoother. So I will always keep that on. Um, and I advise majority players to turn your brightness all the way down. Like it helps really well with how the game looks and probably a little bit on how it runs. It increases the contrast, so it probably helps makes your game run a little bit smoother. But that's gonna be it for like in game. No, actually, I have one more thing to show you. This this right here, the regular camera distance and combat camera distance. I would if you're on phone, I would highly likely that you turn this up like please turn this up. Like these two things, turn these up. Like it's really needed for phone because on phone you don't have that much FOV, and these help a lot. This last option down here, I don't really know what this does. I think it's gonna be for whenever they add controller in 1.1, and that you can probably turn that up or down depending on how your controller feels or not. Um, and if you want your buttons to be bigger, you just go to here and you can like make your buttons bigger just by clicking on them. You can like move things and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how you make your buttons bigger and stuff like that. Anything else is really just whatever. But yeah, I would highly like you guys like please please turn up regular camera distance and combat camera distance. Like it's super useful for phone. And yeah, that would be it for the like Wuthering Waves like in-game settings. So now I'm going to show you some iPhone settings, so you know if your phone can actually run this game even better or probably like on higher quality settings. Because I can run my game on the highest quality settings, and my phone will be fine. It's just I will just probably get like a small stutter or my phone would just like heat up really bad. But that's really it. And I'm just gonna go and get into that. Okay, now we're in iPhone settings. And this is really important. Uh Remember I said if you do not have like the line as like your home thing, if you have that circle button thing, this might be able to help you if you have the circle thing. Like if you go to here to battery and then you go to battery health and charging, you go here and you go to minimum capacity. You see that whatever that percentage is at tells you how like your peak performance for your phone is. And if this is over 70, and you have the line home button, uh, you should be fine whether I'm running Wuthering Waves. Like this should be like pretty simple for you to run. But if you have the circle home button and you're still watching this video, and your thing is like at like 80% like mine is, or like 90%, you might be able to run the game. But at the same time, I really highly like you probably can. I'm gonna just be honest with you, you probably can. I tried on one of my other phones and it just crashed immediately. But this is really important for how you know if you can actually run a game at like higher settings and stuff like this. And if you run it at the highest settings, this does lower it. I think I had like 87%, and I was running the game at the highest settings when it first came out, and it did lower it by like 2%. So yeah, this is very important, and I'm gonna show you guys one more thing. If you go to accessibilities here, and then you go to display and text size, if you turned on reduce transparency, this helps your game a little bit too. If you turn on increase contrast, it helps too a little bit. It's just that when you turn this on, as you can see, like my buttons are like you see it's like a kind of bright blue. But whenever I turn this on, it lights my screen up and it turns the buttons like a dark blue. But this does help. This does help make your game run a little smoother. And then if you have auto brightness on, it does help your game too. Especially with the like I said, the like battery thing. That like the auto brightness, it helps with this too. Making sure your phone stays at like peak performance and all that other stuff. And if you have these two bottom ones down here, there might be another one if you have an even higher phone than mine. I have the iPhone 14 Plus, but if you have an even higher phone amount, I think there's like another option here. I would turn on all three of those options because these also help your phone run smoother. And that'll be it for like iPhone settings. And that's gonna be it for the best phone settings for Wuthering Waves. If you're interested in other videos like level 20 Chishia versus holograms, you should like and subscribe. I'll be dropping those soon. Peace.